everybody and welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is really a delight and it's something which is very simple to make. So it's a super simple recipe like I said, and the end result is simply delicious. So let's just dive straight into today's recipe and today's video. So we're first going to wash the drumsticks very well, and then using a peeler or a knife, we're just going to peel off this thick outer skin. And then we're going to cut it up into smaller pieces. You can cut them as to whatever your requirement is. And here I just boiling them in some water till they are just about cooked. Now we're going to grind this masala paste for this lovely drumsticks, okay? Now here I have about half a cup of fresh grated coconut, and I'm going to keep a little bit aside for garnish. I also have 2 light green chilies which I've cut into half, 1 inch of ginger and about 7 cloves of garlic. This is about 1 teaspoon of jeera seeds or cumin and half a teaspoon of turmeric. And here I have 1 medium-sized onion which I'm going to use for the bagar. So here I'm just cooking this a little bit, not completely. And today I'm going to grind my masala on this grinding stone rather than using the mixer. There's just something about grinding the masala on this fator or grinding stone. It just has its own flavor, and you don't have to use a lot of water, and it just has a different flavor altogether. And I just love grinding masalas or chutneys whenever it's possible for me and I have the time to grind it on this fator. First of all, it brings back all my childhood memories of my holidays in Goa, in my grandparents' home, where we had both this flat fator as well as, I think it's called the rogdo, the big one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we used to use that when my grandmother wanted to make something in a larger quantity, and I was always assigned the job of grinding the masalas. So this does bring back my childhood memories. And I don't know, if you have a fator at home, then use it, because even chutneys, coconut chutneys, or even Recheado Masala, I mean, it just comes out different on this stone rather than just putting everything into the mixer pot. If you have the time, again, you can do it. So now you see the paste, it's so nice and fine. And now I'm going to use this masala water also. And what you can do is just keep a steel plate or something at the side of the the corner, and then just take a little water and just swipe it like that in this manner, and that's how you can save the reserve water for the sukkhe. So now let's get on with the recipe now that we have our masala paste in place. So I'm just heating about 1 tablespoon of oil in my pan, and I'm going to bagar my onion till it is nice and translucent. Then we're going to add the masala paste, and we're going to fry the paste well till you get the lovely aroma of the paste. So once your onion is nice and translucent, you're going to add the paste and you're going to fry this for a bit. I don't know how far it's true, but I've always been told that if you fry your onions well on a low to medium heat and your masala as well, even the life of the vegetable or the curry does remain longer. I don't know how far it is true, but I stick to that. So fry your onions well, fry your masala well, and now I'm going to add my drumsticks, which I have cooked, semi-cooked. The reason I've semi-cooked it is because drumsticks do take some time to cook, and if you just put them into this sukkhe directly and add some water, they tend to sometimes. And now I'm going to add the masala water. We don't need to add too much of water because we've already cooked the drumstick. So like I was saying, when you pre-cook it, that you don't need to really be worried about it being raw or, you know, difficult to eat. And now I'm going to add some salt and a pinch of sugar and give everything a good mix. And then I'm going to cover and cook it for about 5 minutes. Now this is this is optional, but I like this little bit of a tangy flavor to my suke. So I'm going to just soak about half a teaspoon of tamarind in some water for about 5 minutes and then squeeze out the juice. And I'm going to add this tamarind juice. Now this is completely optional. If you don't want the tamarind juice, just skip it. But it does add a little bit of the tangy flavor and makes it, you know, even more delicious. So now we're just going to cook everything till the water completely is dried, or you can retain a little bit, and your drumstick suke is ready. I'm just going to garnish it with some lovely fresh coconut. Now this goes very well with some rice or some chapatis or puris, and the best part is just, you know, biting on those drumsticks and just enjoying and relishing it. Friends, I hope you liked today's recipe as well as today's video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also, by clicking the thumbs up icon. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshita's recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way, whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshita saying bye, take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.